Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to a brand new video. Hopefully you guys are all doing well today. In today's video, we're going to be discussing all of the DLC content that Rockstar has planned for GTA Online in 2023. Now, I made a video a couple of weeks ago discussing the different types of content that Rockstar has in store for us this year, and all of you seemed to have liked that video and found it super informative, so today I'm going to be diving even deeper in detail and pretty much giving you a complete rundown for the rest of this year in 2023, all of the content that we can expect in GTA Online. So we got a lot of information to discuss today, but first off, make sure to drop a like rating on this video to show your support, as well as subscribe down below for more daily videos just like this. But first off, here is today's shoutout of the day, and right fast went to the actual video. Now, today's shoutout goes to a really awesome, unique social media platform known as Jingalo. Jingalo is a really awesome social media platform that is based all around music. When you sign up, your profile gets a unique QR code that you can share with other people, and your profile on Jingalo is pretty much a virtual iPod that anyone can tap into. On top of that, you can of course follow and message people as you would on any other social media platform, and the best part about all of this is that Jingalo actually pays you back for the content that you post to their platform. And unlike other social media platforms that sell user data and also run targeted advertising, Jingalo does none of that and instead charges a small one-time setup fee when you make your account. So make sure to click the first link in the description down below to check out my profile on Jingalo to see the songs that I have shared, and also click the second link to make your own account today. But with that being said, and without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into this video. Now, so far this year, we have not received any new DLC content in GTA Online, but that should be changing quite soon in just a couple of days. The first update that we're expecting to be released in GTA Online is the Valentine's Day update for 2023. Now, the Valentine's Day update is of course one of the limited time holiday updates that Rockstar does throughout the year. However, based on what Rockstar has been doing recently with their holiday themed updates, it may be that this year's Valentine's Day update could contain a little bit more content than usual. Now, usually Rockstar adds some discounts and bonuses, maybe a new mission here and there, and that is pretty much it. However, recently Rockstar's been doing some really cool stuff with these limited time holiday updates. For example, for Halloween last year, they added a really awesome UFO picture hunt and also a treasure hunt for different jack-o'-lanterns around the map. So keep an eye out in just a couple of days for the Valentine's Day update, because there should be some pretty cool content in there, which I know I am looking forward to. Besides that, we should expect our regular selection of holiday updates throughout the year in GTA Online, including the Valentine's Day update, which we just discussed, the Independence Day update, the Halloween update, and of course the New Year's update / Christmas DLC later this year. Now, between that, we are expecting Rockstar to release around 2 to 3 major DLC updates throughout this year. That seems to have been the trend the past couple of years, with around 3 DLCs being the average, and it seems like that's going to be the case this year as well. Now, it's worth noting that this year especially is going to be quite interesting because we are expecting Rockstar to reveal GTA 6 sometime in mid to late 2023, so if that does in fact happen, I am curious to see how that affects the schedule of GTA Online DLC for GTA 5, but that aside, we are expecting 2 to 3 major DLC updates, and those of course will be spread throughout this year. However, we don't know the exact timeline yet, but based on what Rockstar has been doing the past couple of years, we may have to wait a couple more months before we even receive the first update for this year. Usually Rockstar does a big update in December, and that's likely going to be the case again, but in terms of what's happening before that, that is still up for debate, and we don't really have any information on that just yet. Now, in terms of the DLC content that Rockstar is actually working on, we also don't have much information at the moment. However, there has been one DLC that I've definitely discussed on this channel before that still has not been released into GTI Online, despite there being evidence again and again that Rockstar was working on it, and that, of course, is the Michael DLC for GTI Online. Now, Michael is pretty much the only main character from single player that has not been added into GTI Online just yet, and it seems like Rockstar does want to add Michael in GTI Online because it's pretty much the final full year for GTI Online before the release of GTA 6, and the goal for Rockstar, based on what we know at the moment, is to kind of reunite the single player cast in GTI Online, which I think is a really awesome idea. So there's been some rumors about a possible movie studio DLC featuring Michael, which is kind of a continuation of where his single player story ends, and on top of that, during the contract update which Rockstar released a couple of years ago, Franklin actually mentioned Michael, and he kind of said that he's working at the movie studio, but didn't really go into much detail. So whether this update is still coming, whether it's been cancelled, we really don't know at the moment. It is very common in the gaming industry, Rockstar included, for projects to be cancelled, paused, restarted, all of that stuff. However, we do know that Rockstar was working on that update in one point or another sometime last year, and I really hope that it does release sometime this year before we transition to GTA 6. Now, while we don't have an exact timeline of when any of these larger updates will be releasing, we can almost certainly guarantee that one's going to be releasing in December, and possibly the first one for the year will be releasing in July or August. It seems like Rockstar really likes July for their DLC releases. That's what they've been doing the past couple of years, including in 2022, 2021, and in 2020 they did August, but in 2019 they did July. So July and August is kind of the time frame when Rockstar likes to release updates, so that's probably when we're going to get our first major update for this year. Now, as always, it is possible something could come sooner, but based on what Rockstar's been doing the past couple of years, that seems like the most likely case. So the first update sometime in July or August, then the second one sometime in between then and December, and then as we discussed, the third update will likely be releasing in December, as it's been for the past couple of years. Now, besides the Michael DLC, there has not been any concrete rumors or information about actual content that Rockstar has been developing for GTI Online. Now, with the Michael DLC, we actually saw code in the game that proved that Rockstar was working on this, and that code was actually removed shortly after people discovered it, which I assume means that Rockstar definitely does not want people seeing it. However, besides that, we don't really have much information to go off of, so it will be a surprise, at least for the time being. Usually when we get closer to the release date of any update, more information does slowly start coming out, but right now we are simply too far away from any of these updates releasing, and we don't have that much information to go off of. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this is a big year for GTA 5 Online because it is likely the final full year the game will operate before the release of GTA 6. So I'm sure Rockstar definitely wants to end GTA 5 Online off on a positive note, so it's really exciting to see how all of this will play out, but I definitely want to hear from all of you in those comments down below. With it likely being the final year for GTA Online, what type of content do you want to see Rockstar add before the story closes and they move on to GTA 6? Myself personally, I really hope this Michael DLC comes into fruition. I think it's a really awesome idea, kind of rounding off the trio, bringing single player into online and kind of merging it with the 3-character cast. I think it's a really good way to end GTI Online and also pay a little respect to the early players that played the single player campaign before online even existed. So I think it's a really awesome idea and I really hope that it does come into fruition, but I definitely want to hear from all of you in those comments down below. What type of content do you want to see added and what would you add into GTI Online? Let me know your thoughts in those comments down below because I really want to hear from you guys. But either way, if you enjoyed today's video and you like staying updated on latest news surrounding GTI Online and the GTA series in general, let me know by dropping a like rating on this video, as well as subscribe down below if you haven't already with notifications on it so you're always notified whenever I upload a brand new video. But either way, thank you again so much for tuning in today. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you tomorrow with another video just like this. But until then, have an awesome day, and I'll be sure to talk to you guys then.